What's going on, YouTube? This is Chris Albert, chilling here, about to go train my last client of the day. I been putting out a series on overcarbing, and this video is going to tie into that. I don't want to confuse you with the title of this video, that food can be more dangerous than steroids. I am not advocating the use of anabolic steroids. I'm not saying that they are not dangerous. I'm not saying that there are no dangers in doing them and that there are no side effects. There are. What I am trying to do with this video is to raise a sort of consciousness about the way we eat and about some of the things that are typical here in the bodybuilding community and here in the fitness community. One of the things that happens to us is that in our quest, in our drive to achieve our goals, sometimes, even though we're supposed to be fit, we put our health to the side. And that includes anabolic steroids, but that can also include other things. And what I want to talk to you tonight about is how food fits into this, right? We need to pay as much attention to the food we eat as we do to our training and as we do to the supplements that we take. And the thing about it is this. I see all kinds of people doing these dirty bulks. I see all kinds of people going out and say they're trying to put on muscle, so they go out and eat indiscriminately and try to fill themselves with junk. And some well-known YouTubers are known for this. Some people, you might have people in your gym telling you, go out and eat a few cheeseburgers, things like that. My problem with this is that bodybuilding, though it is a lifestyle and it's something that I want to do for a very long time, should be, only a part of our lives. It might be a big part, it might be a small part, but it should just be a part of our lives. We are all human. We all have a similar biology. We all have other things in our lives that we need to do. Work, live, enjoy ourselves into our older years, enjoy our families and things like that. And so what I'm getting at is that a lot of these methods of eating, the dirty bulks, the indiscriminate eating, the just eating whatever the fuck you want to eat, that can lead to some serious freaking issues. I mean, aside from the insulin resistance and pre-diabetic states that I've been talking about, you've got heart disease, you've got different types of cancer, and a lot of these diseases are preventable just by the food we eat. If we eat whole foods, good whole foods, and we stay away from things like gluten, stay away from things like processed sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and things like that, then, by all means, we can prevent these things from happening. Just because you fucking lift a weight, just because you go out and work out in the gym every day, doesn't necessarily mean that you're immune from these diseases. I'm going to give you a little example of mistakes that I've made where I put my health to the side. I wasn't really thinking. I've made it well known that I suffer from a disease called ulcerative colitis, and it's an autoimmune deficiency. And, science says that it doesn't come from food. It doesn't come from a diet. It's an inflammatory response that my body creates because of something going on in me, right? A rise in cortisol, a rise in stress hormones can cause it. But the food we eat can also create these raises in cortisol. So, for example, back when I was doing more of a bulk, this is prior to training for the LA Championships last year, I was drinking a lot of whey protein shakes, and I was putting raw oatmeal into those protein shakes to try to get extra calories in. Well, dumbass me, I started shitting my brains out, and friggin', I'd look into the toilet bowl, and there'd be gallons of blood there. And I'm sorry that this is gross, but this is what I was dealing with at the time. And I would constantly be running to the bathroom probably 20, 30 times a day. To do something that most people only have to do, 3 to 5 times a day. And it was scary. I mean, there was blood everywhere. I was weak. I went to the hospital. I was anemic, or near anemic, and they wanted to put me on prednisone, and I said, hell no. what I did was I took a good look at what I was eating. The first thing I decided to cut out was the oatmeal. And then I cut out the whey protein, and this is how I got into eating game meats, and this is how I got into eating antelope and venison and deer and things like that. And I'm not saying that all of you should do this, but when I did this, when I started eating more organic foods, when I started eating more whole foods, and when I got the gluten out of my diet, I was better. But for a long time, I didn't want to admit it because I wanted to put on fucking muscle. I wanted to fucking be as big as fucking possible. And I put my health to the side. Now what I know is that if I live healthfully, if I take care of myself, if I watch the food that I eat, I'll be able to do this for a much longer period of time. Because I was at the point where I was ready to quit because I could not follow a bodybuilding diet. But now I'm taking care of myself. Now I'm watching what I eat, and I'm healthy. I'm able to work out. I'm able to train. I don't feel weak all the time. I don't feel the embarrassment of having to go to the bathroom 25 times a day. The moral of the story is you can't defeat biology. You can't, just because you lift a weight does not mean you're going to friggin' be immune from everything. Just because you work out, even if you're a CrossFitter or a marathon runner or anything like that, it does not mean that you're going to be able to defeat the natural processes by which our bodies break down, right? Wheat and gluten in this day and age, wheat is a Frankenstein version of the original wheat gene. Right now, most of us can't really process it correctly. Some of us have more of an intolerance than others. But the thing is, the long-term implications of keeping certain things in your diet or indiscriminately eating certain things, because you can have a cheeseburger every once in a while, you can have oatmeal every once in a while, you can have cookies every once in a while, you can have cake every once in a while. But just loading up on these things indiscriminately can and will lead to long-lasting damage. That's all I got, man. If you got questions for me, gettingtoshredded@gmail.com. Put your comments in the section below, and I'd love to open up another debate on this stuff too. I'd like to hear from you. Let me know if you've been experiencing any medical issues or anything like that related to your bodybuilding diet. If you're embarrassed, you can email me and I'll talk about it anonymously on this channel. So take care, guys. Hope you all have a good night. Train hard and eat well.